Greetings, everyone. As the world today changes rapidly, there is one particular field which has been making significant strides, and that is the field of nanotechnology. Today, IT Voice is in conversation with Mr. Sandip Patil to know more about the industry and what significant contributions his firm is making. Sir, thank you so much for allowing us to do this and giving us your valuable time.
Thank you so much, Meika, for having me on this platform. This is to be, kind of honor for me having
Same here, sir.
with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let's begin with the interview. Firstly, sir, if you could provide a brief overview of your background and how you came to establish your company.
Yep. Meika, actually, this is something, kind of a jackpot for me where I'm standing or sitting on this, what I'm doing today. But my background is something I coming from very humble family, economically not that much good when I was doing my studies, like you can say maybe until 10th. So I'm the village that is there in Maharashtra, that is in Dhule district, which is not Maharashtra. In this village, basically, the people who are there, they are, considering to be a total population, it is around 1500 total population. It's a very small village. And out of that 1500 population, 75% population, they are basically tribes. And 25% population, they are basically farmers like me. So my mother, father, and my entire family, they do the farming only. So I am the farmer businessman rather than the technological businessman. So that is where my journey started, and from there I went to do my higher studies after my 12th, BTech in chemical engineering. Then I did my masters from MS University Baroda. So BTech in chemical engineering from ICT Jalgaon. That earlier it was UT-City Jalgaon. Then I did my masters from MS University Baroda and from IIT Bombay, Pvt. And then I got admission here in IIT-Kanpur for my PhD. So that was also in chemical engineering. Whatever research that I have done and I was doing in polymers and the nanofibers and nanotechnology, during my research here in IIT-Kanpur, I was doing my PhD with Professor Ashutosh Sharma here in Kanpur, IIT-Kanpur. So, I was working on nanofiber technology. When I started working on nanofiber technology, I could able to sense the business angle in it. So I have developed some of the machines, research machines for myself, and I could able to see that this machine is working good and it has a lot of potential to sell. That time, it was a time when I started the business in 2010. So I could able to sense the business opportunity that nanofiber technology, nanofiber machineries which are required in scientific domain, and then particular application that we are today working on, air filtration.
Yeah.
That this can be one of the benchmark for the Indian community and Indian scientific community. So we started our company 24th November 2010 when I was doing a PhD. So I was running my company in a parallel. So I having my PhD, that I have to complete my PhD research. Then I have to also work for my company. So almost 2 to 3 years, I worked from my lab, and I was running a company from my lab only, from the IITK. Then our company got incubated at IIT Kanpur Incubation Center. That's basically, that time it was SIIC. Now it is a first, which is the incubation center of IIT Kanpur. And during this journey, my Professor Ashutosh Sharma, supported a lot. So that time there was no Stand Up India and Startup India. It was only business to start. This is how we started, and then whatever, it is a completely bootstrap company. And now we have multi-million valuation today. So we have a lot of products. That is how the company, that is what is my background. That is what is the company background. So I hope it answers your first question, or should I give more details about it?
So I would say it not just answers my question, it actually inspired me a lot because that was a great origin story of yours as well. Coming to a little bit more about your company, could you please explain the core focus, the mission, and the vision statements of your company?
Yeah. So actually, uh, the company basically, as I said, it's working on nanotechnology and nanofiber technology, which are very frontier areas to work on. So the mission that basically company is working on, that's related to enhance life across the globe with sustainable and innovative solutions. Okay, this is what is the company uh, mission is like. What is the idea behind? As I said, I belongs to the family where we never experienced the technology, but hey, everyone is experiencing the technology. When a new kid borns, within 10 days he has the mobile in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is how our parents, they are basically parenting their kids. So why? Because that is the only way to make kid happy. But our time was different. So how the technology can be connected, not only the people who are living in cities, but it should connect with the people who are living in city. That is where our mission implies. What is it basically? It should enhance the life across the globe and provide the sustainable solutions and innovative solutions to the community. This is what is our the mission, and of course the vision is also in line with this. Uh, we want to be a leader in nanotechnology, and today we are. It is vision that we created, but today we are in India at least. So we want to be a leader in nanotechnology and provide the innovative solutions in terms of nanofibers. I must say, not only in India, we are the covering 75% market, the market that we are working, but we are getting people connected not only from India but from Russia, Egypt, South Korea. They are coming to us to solve their problems. That is how we are basically, this thing we are working on the mission part of it. So, yeah.
Sir, it's a really impressive feat when a company is currently living its vision statement, like what it had visualized now has become an actuality for the company. I would say it's quite impressive. I would love to know more about your take on the field of nanotechnology. What you feel India is doing, where we stand today, what you feel your competitors are doing, and like some you few key takes from you.
See, nanotechnology is not a subject today. Earlier it was. Okay. Now it is actually a technology which is taking a shape in every uh, field. Take an example, biotechnology, where we are thinking, we started. Earlier we used to think that, you must have seen the movie, the Matrix,
Yeah.
right? So in the Matrix, and there are few movies also, so where they have the small robots. So it
Yeah.
was just, we could able to see these robots in the movies, but now because of innovations in nanotechnology, we could able to create the small uh, nanoparticles which can they be injected into your body, and we can focus on targeted drug delivery. Okay, so those robots basically we can see that they are going inside our body, and they could be able to target your brain and kill the person. Similarly, we are not, of course, we are not going to kill the person, but we are going to kill the diseases. That is how we are working on it. Similarly, this nanotechnology we could able to used in coatings like anti resistance coatings. Also, we could able to recently we have developed one of the machine. Now earlier it was very hard for us to treat the burn patients. Like you can the bandage on the burn patient. So
Yeah.
we could able to use a machine and technology that we have recently developed called healer, nano healer. Okay.
Hmm.
So it is a very small device which can be used, which is going to use to create the non-contact bandage. So you just, nobody has to touch the person, which is burn one. You just take the machine and spray the coating. So
Hmm.
it will help the person to get healed very fast. And also our idea is to infuse with the stem cells, so he can able to get the kind of this a real similar skin that it was earlier. Similarly, this technology we are trying to use in defense also, where
Hmm.
whenever there is a war, there is always first aid is very important. I mean, there
Yeah.
is always chances, 100% chance that somebody will get injured. So
Yeah.
we need to have that kind of facility. Then it will be used in the accidental cure also. Apart from that, we have developed one of the technology which is funded by Engineers India Limited. That is using nanofiber technology into the agriculture.
Okay.
So, nano urea, you must have heard about it. So, it is already there in the market. So, how we are going to use a nanofiber as a technology to spray nanofiber on the soil with some kind of NPK, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, and the potassium, which can enhance the soil quality. But at the same time, it will retain the moisture into the soil. So these are the few examples that I have given. I mean, I am just talking about, but there are n number of
Yeah.
uh, examples that you could be able to see. Yeah.
And so, what would you say has been the one key breakthrough that your company has achieved in this field?
Yeah. There is no one. There are multiple, but I'll one.
No,
so,
so then you can share many as well.
yeah.
We would love to
So
hear about them.
you must have heard about the name Swasa N95 mask. If you're not,
Yeah.
then I'll just give you the brief how you can connect our mask. Yo, you said yes, so I don't have to be explained very well. But this was the big breakthrough, not only in the technological way, but it has saved many lives, more than 50 million lives. Like we could able to support the mask, that is Swasa N95 mask, during the COVID time. So COVID time, the first aid kit was the
Hmm.
first the mask, and then secondary everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have supported more than 50 million people during this COVID time. And not only that, but our Prime Minister was also wearing this mask during the Ayodhya Puja. That only one occasion I am giving an example, but
Hmm.
he wore this mask on multiple times.
Yeah.
So not only him, but entire parliament was wearing it. Many celebrities were wearing it. So most of them, east to west, north to south. You consider any corner of this country, everybody was wearing it. Not only in India, but outside of the India also people, they were talking about it. So this was the great breakthrough that we could able to achieve using nanofiber technology towards the innovative product.
And so I would say that was a significant contribution also during our fight against COVID. I mean, like I remember back then having a good mask whose it could be the difference between falling sick and staying safe. So it's glad like I'm really glad to know that so much of technological thinking went into making a mask which was able to protect us all.
Yeah.
Also, sir, what would you say would be some key, points of differentiations that sets your company apart from your competitors?
So we have every business has the competition and the competitor.
Hmm.
What makes unique in our case compared to anyone else? So in the business sector or any startup sector, you can able to either see a only innovator or either the good product developer.
Yeah.
Okay. But in our case, what I researched, that is being developed in a large scale or commercial scale.
Hmm.
So we are not selling the products. but we are selling our knowledge. I didn't say the technology or product. I said we are selling our knowledge. And the knowledge helps people to understand the product very well in a technological way. And how it is? If I consider any of my competitor who is there, they don't have, either they are good product maker or either they are good seller. But in terms of scientific knowledge provide to the user, they definitely there are lot of lacking behind it. But what we do, we always connected. I must tell you, we don't have a marketing team today. We have only sales team. And business goes based on word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Yeah.
Okay. Nobody says the bad words about us just because we are giving a 100% technological service to our customers. So that makes completely different and unique compared to any other of our competitors.
Understood, sir. And so today there is so much talk about AI and robotics. So how does it all impact the field of nanotechnology?
See, artificial intelligence again, like it's kind of subject where uh, you just have to question it and you will get the answer. I mean, in simple way, okay, in a simple way to answer this question. But robotics, again, robotics is not, it is not separate from the nanotechnology. Then robots are basically created out of nanotechnology. So if I talk about the nanorobots, they are basically supported by the nanotech and then robotics. Yes, of course, artificial intelligence is something different, which their software part is involved much more in the largely rather than the technological part. Okay, but if you see in the again intelligence, so and again neurons, so nothing but the neurons, like that's completely different part of story. So it is nothing to do with both the kind of competition between these two, but they are completely different stories of the technologies.
Okay, understood. Also, sir, every good company becomes great only after, learning through the challenges that it has faced. So, for your company, what has been some of the most significant challenges that you have faced and what were your learnings from them?
So significant challenges that basically, day-to-day operations that we always face the challenges, and creating a product which is demanded by the customers. It is not created by the company owner. So we always, kind of, it is always challenging for us to meet the demand of the customer because every customer has their unique demands. So meeting those demands, that is the one challenge that we always face. But we always try to overcome with that. If we may not able to satisfy them 100%, but we always try to satisfy them 50%. So 50% will be taken care in the next level. So that is how it is. So that's the one of the challenge. But nowadays, we are also facing challenges in getting a good employees.
Oh.
There are a lot of employees. I said good employees. Okay, so it's a very challenging task now. I mean, today we are talking about we don't have jobs. But I said we have a jobs, but we don't have the good people, good employees. They have only degrees and the knowledge is zero. That is what my take. I mean, they're aware that if we want to hire one person today, we are not able to get it. And we are trying it from, this is the actual example that we are facing today, that we are trying it from last 2 months to get one person. Today, there is no single person who can be on board us. No, because they have the degrees, but they don't have the intellectual knowledge to support our business.
Got it. So you mentioned earlier that you don't have a marketing team, but I feel that you also meant, since you mentioned like one of the most key learnings was that it is always what the customer demands and not what we sell to them. I think that's pretty much the job of a marketer, to understand what the customer demands. So
Absolutely, you are absolutely right, Mika, and that is where my every of my employees says, if you are going to talk once with the customer, let's consider that order will be done. So I am the good marketing person who's sitting in front of you.
yeah, good persuasion skills always come in handy. Also,
Yeah.
sir, what is the craziest product that you've seen in this industry? Because we've always heard that, bots would go inside the human body and cure diseases. And as somebody who doesn't understand the expertise that goes behind nanotechnology, all of this is very jarring to me. So if you could explain that a little.
I missed. I mean, I somewhere I just missed your the question, which is you are asking what I mean, like, what is it exactly?
So we have always heard that, bots would go inside the human body. So
Okay.
similarly, are there any crazy products that you heard about in the industry that we can be expecting?
Yes. There are a lot of crazy products based on this nanotechnology that you could, I mean, even you can expect in the coming eras. Uh, like, the most advancement that is going to happen in the biotechnology field.
Hmm.
So one of the products that you could able to see in the coming times is the basically uh, the drug systems. Like, today's drug, they are only in two forms or maybe three forms. One is the injectable, solid, or
Hmm.
suspensions. So either you will get the tablet, either you will get the syrup, or either you will get the injection. This is how it, there are three forms of the drug. So the one that we worked with, the one of the company, that is basically chewable, like a
Hmm.
chingum, okay? Or it doesn't need any water, doesn't need anything. Or maybe this is just a strip, that is we call it a disintegration strip. You just put it on your tongue, it will dissolve automatically and it will give you a wood taste.
Oh,
So that is one of the advancement that you could able to expect. Second one is like, as I said, we have developed something where the bandage that today we have to wrap it or either we have to put it. It will be a bandage which will be just will be sprayed on your wound with a very thin skin. Even it won't look like that you have done the bandage. It will be a very thin skin and it will allow your skin and cells to grow faster compared to anything else. So these are the the product that one we are already working on it and the few of them already in the market. Of course, the one that is the sunscreen that we use every day. Okay.
yeah.
So now the the sunscreen formulation today is based on only a nanotechnology. So the particles which are there, the TiO2 particles, they are basically, you could relate how you can be.
Hmm.
So earlier you must have seen, I mean, I don't think that you have seen the old matches. I mean, like, Anil Kumble and the other people when they were there.
Yeah.
So they used to apply the sunscreen on their faces and
Very
their
white it
face
used
is
to be.
white face.
Yeah.
And why not today? What happened that is certainly so much drastic change that the filters are there on the ground, but their faces are the natural skin's faces, not the white faces, right? So earlier there was sorry, this sunscreen used to have with a small particles, but they are in the micron size.
Hmm.
So when the sun light is going to fall on the particle, then the reflectivity of the rays, sun rays, they get diffused into the particle and they are creating the kind of milky nature. That's why we could able to see though their faces they are white. But today, this because of the nanoparticles, nanotechnology, we could able to overcome with that problem. And you can see even if you apply the sunscreen on your face today, I must tell you more than 80% girls they apply the
Mhm.
sunscreen when they go out.
Yeah.
But their faces they doesn't look like whitey or maybe creamy one. They are always the natural glow. So that is the advancement or advantage, or you can say the beauty of the nanotechnology.
Got it, sir.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
with all these rapid innovations happening, what do you feel like the future of nanotechnology looks like currently?
See, future of nanotechnology, you can see, I mean, like today we have the cell phone and they
Hmm.
get miniaturized over and over.
Yeah,
This is because of
nanotech.
technology.
Okay.
Now our TV screens, they're getting thinner and thinner just only because of
Nanotechnology.
nanotechnology. Yeah, so this is the future. Like everything will be miniaturized except humans.
Hmm.
Humans if you want miniaturized, it can be maybe a possible. So maybe I mean I this is just not maybe, but
Hmm.
this is more thinking beyond it, but not. But this is how it is, like uh, you are going to miniaturize over and over, and you will get more advancement with the smaller packages. This is how it will be.
Got it. So, sir, let's also talk about sustainability a little. How does
Mhm.
your company approach sustainability and environmentally responsible practices in the development and deployment of nanotechnology?
So recently we have launched in the last year, that's called Swasan air purifier.
Mhm.
Okay. So Swasa air purifier, any your air purifier that is there in the market, they are basically not separating the very finest particles. What we are claiming, we are basically claiming uh, more than, I mean, lesser than 100 nanometer or lesser than 50 nanometer particulate matter,
Hmm.
even viruses and the bacteria that filters out with our air purifier. But along with that, if you want to do so in other purifiers, you have to use the HEPA technology. We have used the nano HEPA technique with a lesser required energy. So air pressure will not be that much, but at the same at particular air pressure you could able to filter out this particulate matter and the other contaminants which are there. So we always take care of the sustainability approach whenever we do any kind of innovation in the nanofiber or nanotechnology. And one of the product is already there, which has the energy efficiency, which has the environmental efficiency, and anything that you another has the health approach where you can take care many things which are there in the environment and so on.
Got it. So, just as a closing remark, do you have any final words for our viewers, some aspiring entrepreneurs, or some researchers in nanotechnology?
Uh, like, yes, I mean, of course, you have asked me the question, I have to answer. So, the things are like, whatever that we do today as the researcher or an entrepreneur, there should be always, we should always think that how this technology and the innovation should be connected with the common people with a minimum cost.
Yeah.
That should be the approach. And there always should be, like whatever we are doing in research domain, it should not be just in the publications. It should come out from the publication for the real world. So that is what basically my final words to the everyone.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time. Throughout the interview, I know I have learned a lot. I used to feel like nanotechnology was a subject that doesn't concern me, but when you brought out the sunscreen example, I realized how close it is to me quite physically as well. And I'm sure our viewers would also benefit from watching this interview. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Mika. Take care
Yes,
and
sir.
happy
You
New
too.
Year. Okay, bye. Take care.